Hey, it's Manolito here. Welcome back. Another video here of a distillery tour. Today is Sunday the 24th that I'm doing these videos. The last video, the distillery tour, was back in January. This one was actually yesterday. I did two distillery tours yesterday in Dripping Springs, Texas. The first one I'm going to talk about is the San Luis Spirits Distillery. So that's where they make the 1876 bourbon. They also make vodka and gin, so they have 3 types of vodka and 2 types of gin. And on the tour, we got to taste all of them. So that was pretty cool. We got to taste the 3 vodkas, the 2 gins, and the 2 bourbons that they happen to have right now. I'm learning that a lot of the distilleries that I plan to visit are within pretty close proximity of each other. Matter of fact, Dripping Springs is maybe 10 miles away from Driftwood, where the Desert Door Distillery was at. And both distilleries that I visited yesterday were in Dripping Springs. So San Luis Spirits, which I'm going to talk about here now, and then the other one was Treaty Oak. So, and again, that's about 90 miles south of where I live. So that was pretty cool. We actually drove past Desert Door to get to San Luis Spirits. It's a small distillery. The one thing that I didn't know when I was setting up the tour is that the distillery that they actually do the tours at is not where they produce the whiskey. That's where they produce the vodka and the gin. They have 18, I think it was 15 or 18, 50 or 55 gallon copper stills, pot stills that they use for the gin and vodka. So we went through the whole process there, saw the stills, we saw the fermentation tanks, and then they also showed us how they infuse the orange into the vodka, because they have an orange vodka. And it's pretty cool because it's an all natural infusion. They just get the peels from all the oranges, put that into like a mesh bag, and then just dip it in the vodka for like 24 to 48 hours, almost like they're like it's a tea bag. So they are complete grain to glass facility. So they do produce the whiskey from grain to glass. The thing is that where we were at, the still and the fermentation tanks and so on were not there. They were at a different location. So what they do is they bring in the barrels to the location in Dripping Springs, and that's where they do the filtration and the bottling. So the first whiskey is this is the straight bourbon, Texas straight bourbon. So this is 1876. You can see there, Texas straight bourbon. This is 85 proof, so 42.5% alcohol. And I got to taste both of these while I was there. I think this one was around $35, and I believe the other one I'm going to show you was around $45, something to that effect, at the distillery. And so this one, they do disclose their mash bill. It's 80% Texas. Let me get my notes here. So 80% yellow number 2 Texas corn and 20% Sakale cereal Oklahoma winter rye. And then it's triple distilled, and then of course it's got to be aged in new white American oak in order to be called a bourbon. And then what they do is they actually have 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and 5-year-old aged bourbons, and then they blend those 3 ages together. So this does not have an age statement on it, but on their website, it doesn't say that here on the bottle, but on their website it goes into the details of the of how they, or what ages they blend together to get this this whiskey, this bourbon. And it's pretty good. This is batch number 5.1-2253. Again, 85 proof, 42.5% alcohol. And it's a pretty good bourbon. Of course, you can see I haven't opened up this bottle yet. What I tasted there was in a tiny little plastic cup. It was like 1/4 of an ounce. So I liked that. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to like what's in the bottle, and it'll probably be better out of a Glencairn. Of course, they didn't have Rick House and everything there because that's located in a different spot. They also don't have Glencairns, but we did get shot glass for free. So everyone that takes the tour gets a shot glass. So I did get the shot glass. A little disappointed they didn't have a Glencairn, because I like collecting the Glencairns from the distilleries and from other YouTube channels. Still a couple more that I need to get. Also, I picked up, since they didn't have a Glencairn, did pick me up a patch. I'm going to put that on my shooting vest, my IDPA shooting vest, just to have something different on there. And they gave us a couple stickers, so that might end up on the truck. The other bourbon that they make is the same. Well, it's the same bourbon, so it's the same mash bill, the same 3, 4, and 5 years aged. The only difference is on this one, they finish it in Napa Valley port barrels. So this is port finished, and I believe they said that they finish it for 6 months. So it's like sitting in the in those port barrels for 6 months. I think that's what they said. This is batch 4.1-3018. Also 42.5 ABV, 85 proof. Got to taste this, and it's a good bourbon. From the, if it's anything like it was, I would imagine it's going to be better out of a Glencairn glass than it was from the little plastic cups that they gave us. So I'll be opening those soon, tasting them, and maybe I'll do a review type video of those two whiskeys. So again, they're in Dripping Springs, Texas. They do sell these in Texas, and I think they said they were distributed in 13 other states, something like that, I believe is what they said. So if you get a chance to get a hold of it, 1876 straight bourbon, Texas straight bourbon, pretty good stuff. If you find yourself in Dripping Springs, stop by their distillery. Really nice people. When you get there, they serve you a little bowl of popcorn. They have little water bottles everywhere for you to drink out of, or the carafes full of water. You can pour yourself some water while you're waiting, and then they take you on the tour. Alrighty, if you've had 1876, let me know what you think about it. If you've had the port barrel one, I've never seen that one in the store. I have seen the 1876 in local shops around here, just the straight bourbon. Haven't seen the port barrel finished ones. But if you've had it, let me know what you think about it. You guys take care. Cheers.